Positivity Girl combo. Now, in case you guys weren't there for those episodes where we describe what a Karen and a body positivity girl is, these are, we will call them leftover women that the feminist movement here in the West creates. A Karen, you see, is essentially a woman who, as a direct result of the feminist movement, has been pointing fingers at men to the extent where she has completely deprived herself the necessary amount of mental growth and maturity and responsibility to obey the law. Because in her head, the law, as well as history and reality for that matter, is going to change based on her feelings at the time. A body positivity girl is a woman who, as a direct result of the feminist movement, has been pointing fingers at men to the extent where she's completely deprived herself the necessary amount of mental growth and responsibility and maturity to really take physical care of herself. Because she just straight up refuses to listen to doctors. Why? I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, in case you were wondering what a leftover woman is, a leftover woman is essentially just a woman who would like to get married, however, is not willing to accept the reality of what it's going to take to make that happen. If you talk to a bunch of professional matchmakers, they will tell you they come across a lot of those. They really will.
I didn't do.
That statement won't age well. Denial doesn't override officer observations under probable cause.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? No, you're not sorry for No, I'm not. I'm not. You wouldn't even let me sit in my seat. You wouldn't even let me sit in my seat. You would not let me sit in my goddamn seat. My mom is fine.
At this point, officers already have probable cause. Intoxication alone can get you denied boarding, but physical contact turns this into a potential assault case.
When the captain came by.
Captain him?
Yes.
Okay.
After she walked away, he came. She was actually in the Debrecen witness, but she grabbed me by the shirt and we.
Now, I will admit, guys, we are technically reacting to another reactionary channel. Yeah, I know, but bear with me on this. As for the whole denial thing, I'm going to have to disagree with him. I don't think she's in denial. Denial means you have some kind of self-awareness of what it is that led you into the situation. You just don't want to accept it. If you take a good look at how red her face is, how red her whole body is actually, you take a look at her speaking pattern, the way she's baring her teeth, yada yada, you can pretty much tell that she has no real self-awareness of the reality of her situation. And she also has no real self-awareness of what got her into this situation. And the reason why is because reality and history is just going to change. It's constantly fluctuating in her head based on what her feelings are at the time, as you can clearly see.
And around.
And just like that, it's no longer a disturbance. It's battery under most state laws.
I pinned her up against the wall.
Oh, are you okay? Any injuries at all?
Fine. She got me in the face and in the arm, but I'm fine.
Okay. So when you came down, was she seated in her seat?
No, they were actually bringing her forward. They got her to the galley here.
They being the flight crew?
Yes.
Okay. So you contacted her just
At this door.
At the door?
Yes.
Okay, and she's still on board the aircraft at that time?
Yes, and I asked her to step off.
When Redco contacted her, have you contacted her yet or not yet?
So the flight is contact. She was already down here.
Now, multiple witnesses confirm she initiated physical contact. Under U.S. law, it escalates everything from a disturbance to a criminal offense.
And I don't want to have to wrap you up in a device.
Why?
Because you assaulted 2 people. Not to say you can't fly out tomorrow, but today you're not going to fly out. So the more you do this, the worse it's going to be. If you cooperate, we can put that in a report, and that way you can get to your mom. How does that sound? Can you? All right. See, we're going to have to. This ain't going to work. Will you?
Now, notice her body mass at this age. Okay, she clearly is a body positivity girl. If you combine her body mass with her current level of maturity, definitely a body positivity girl. I mean, she hasn't come to the point where she has severely lost. She has severe loss to morbid obesity, but she is getting there. She definitely is. You can tell by the body mass she has at this point of her age. You can definitely tell that. You can.
Cooperate with us so we can walk you down some stairs. If not, we're going to go get a restraint
What are you
device.
gonna do?
We're just going to put you in a car.
The sergeant gives her a clear choice: comply or be restrained. But legally, once that warning is given, force becomes justified if she resists.
Do you have ID on you?
You go call my husband
I
now.
will. No, you're not going to talk to. All right.
No! Get your goddamn hands off me! Get your goddamn hands off me!
They're gonna bring the car too.
No! You bring my husband! No! No! I will. No! No! Call my husband.
What's his phone number?
Instead of complying, she escalates. And at this point, officers are building a case not just on behavior, but on her condition before boarding.
Yeah, I think her mom, right?
All right.
I would also like to point out that she keeps saying, "You call my husband." Did not see a ring on that finger. I really did not. But see, just like we said, her self-aware, her reality, as well as history and the law will change based on what her feelings are at the time. In this case, she claims she's married when, pretty certain she's not. Pretty certain.
Can you tell me what happened? I am recording.
Yeah. When she boarded it, I mean, she had a strong smell of alcohol when she came on. Asked if I could get her some drinks on the ground. That's how she first approached me. She mentioned that she lost her dog yesterday. Didn't have a super long conversation, but after I let her pass, I let my flight lead know that he was also that I noticed that he was intoxicated, and then we got a call from the gals in the back, flight decks in the back, that noticed the exact same thing as well.
Flight crew testimony now paints a clearer picture. Intoxication, erratic movement, and signs of emotional instability before things spiraled.
Yeah, we called the red coat over, and then she was moving back and forth across the plane to just random seats.
Okay.
Put her stuff in her seat, but then she was going back and forth, up and down.
Please continue.
We was just bouncing up and down the plane to whatever seat she found, one from the back to the front. We had the red coat meter when she came to the front, and so she passed her off, and then she kind of just to break down.
By now, officers have more than enough for probable cause. And this is where the situation officially turns into an arrest.
I'm
Okay, everybody, before we continue, I thought I want to clear something up that I know a lot of you guys are technically get a little bit confused of when you watch content like this, which is, hey Matthew, is Amber Heard from the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, is she technically what you would call a Karen? I'm going to have to say no. You see, like we said before, a Karen is a woman who's been pointing fingers at men to the point where she can't obey the law because the law, as well as history and reality, will change based on her feelings at the time due to the fact that, hey, she's been pointing fingers at men to the extent where she's deprived herself of the necessary amount of mental growth and responsibility and maturity to obey the law. Amber Heard, I don't think she's what you would call a Karen or a body positivity girl. The reason why is because when you look back at the footage of Amber Heard during the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case or her interviews afterwards, you would notice that Amber Heard does have mental self-awareness of her situations, regardless of what her feelings are. To the point where, hey, she could try pulling herself back from making a public mistake. Amber Heard, if you also look at her waist size and all that stuff, okay, clearly not body positivity girl because she can, in fact, take physical care of herself. Amber Heard is what I would call a gold digger. Now, in case you guys weren't heard for that episode, a gold digger, unlike a Karen or a body positivity girl, or in this case a combo of that, a gold digger is a type of leftover woman that the feminist movement creates, where, well, to be honest with you, she may claim that she's a strong and independent woman who don't need no man, but in reality, her entire lifestyle is 100% built on freeloading off of men's hard-earned resources. Hence, the real reason why Amber Heard decided to marry Johnny Depp. Obviously. This is not that. No. Also, I like to point out to you guys that yes, there is situations where you can come by a Karen and body positivity girl combo. When you come across that situation, you guys should opt out immediately. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you come across anybody who their hatred towards anything, in this case men, has started altering their physical appearance, okay, any doctor worthy of assault is going to tell you this person has taken their hatred to a very unhealthy level. Incredibly unhealthy level. And the only people who are qualified to help them are professional rehabilitation doctors. If you do not have a doctorate degree in rehabilitation, you need to opt out. You really should.
I don't care how much they put against me. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything.
You got it?
Well, which said she was detained.
Arrest, okay? You're under arrest for assault.
For what?
We told her she was basically under arrest when we put the we were putting cops on her. You're under arrest.
For what?
Well, sounds like you weren't getting along with people. Maybe shove some people?
What do you mean this ain't working? I'm not moving. Bastard.
Hold on.
Just roll her over and sit her up.
Even after being placed under arrest, she continues to deny everything. But legally, statements like these won't override physical evidence or witness accounts.
I didn't touch these people. I didn't touch them. I didn't touch them. I didn't touch them. I didn't touch them. What, is this a lobotomy? Just like you did with the other girls?
Jesse, can
Go yourself. Go.
Now, see, I know the other commenter is saying that, like, hey, she's just denying, but not really. She generally believes she's a victim even while she's being wheeled out and strapped into a chair. Obviously. And you can tell that by the fact that she's reverting to delusions, making these ridiculous allegations, saying, oh, you touched all the other girls when, come on, lady, I'm pretty certain this is the first time you met these people. Clearly certain it is. But hey, that's how you can tell she's a Karen and a body positive girl combo. It is. It really is, because, like I said, her perception of reality, as well as history and the law, are going to change based on her feelings at the time. And as you can clearly see by her body structure, her hatred of men has now escalated to the point where it's starting to resemble what her physical body looks like. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, is that her hatred of men has escalated to the point where it's altering her physical body structure. It really is.
Yourself. What is wrong with you? I didn't do anything. Help me, please. Women, please help me. I didn't do this, please. Women.
As the restraint process begins, her behavior becomes more extreme. And at this stage, any threats she makes can add even more charges.
You just gotta reach. You
Goddamn
gotta reach under her arm and grab the strap.
Here, watch out. Scoot up. We're gonna get you out of
All right.
No, you're not gonna get me out anywhere. You're gonna sacrifice me. Get the off me.
Which strap?
The waist strap.
I can't even reach
right
it.
here.
She won't sit up.
I will kill you before you kill me.
And that right there, that's an additional charge waiting to happen.
I swear to God, and my husband will too. You will be haunted.
Okay, now, as what the other commenter said, notice how she keeps getting more and more erratic. That's another sign how you're dealing with a Karen, or in this case, a Karen and body positivity girl combo. For you see, very often when you're dealing with a Karen, whenever she hears the word no, or she doesn't get her way, her reaction would be to just have a straight up temper tantrum. They'll be constantly ongoing and constantly escalating until she gets what she wants. Quite literally. Even when there's no real way to give her what she wants, but she just wants it anyway because she's chasing a feeling. Just like you're seeing here. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, hey, if you give her what she wants, would that neutralize the temper tantrum she's having? Well, yes and no. You see, giving her what she actually wants may neutralize the temper tantrum right now, but there will be another thing that she'll throw a temper tantrum about. Only when that happens, it's going to be a lot more extreme than the previous one, and very much a lot more dangerous and positively a lot more physical. And the reason why is because you've already encouraged the behavior. You've already taught her that, like, hey, all she needs to do to get what she wants is throw a big enough temper tantrum, even as a full-grown adult woman.
This is what you want for your kids. This is what you want for your goddamn kids. This is what you want for your.
On a plane, drunk chaos isn't a personality. It's charges, assault, disorderly conduct, and threats that can land you in jail long before your flight ever takes off.
Yep. Now, I would like to finish this off, everybody, by saying, hey, as a passport bro, do I have anything against Western women? No, of course not. In fact, the majority of us passport bros don't have anything against local Western women at all. We're just coming to reality that what a majority of local Western women are asking for, not all, but a majority of what you're asking for, as a direct result of the feminist movement, is just plain impossible for any human being on the planet to give you. It really is. A few examples for you. You want men to respect that it's your body and your choice. But you also don't want men to give you the financial responsibilities for what you choose to do with your body 100% on your own free will. Yeah, there's that. You want men to find you sexually attractive. You don't want men to act on it. Quite literally. Yeah. You want men to be protectors and providers, but you don't want men to lead. Guess what? We can't be protectors and providers if you're not going to let us lead. That's just not possible, ladies. It really is not. But yeah. Oh, and also, you want men to make six figures, but you don't want men to enjoy it. Yeah, I got news for you, ladies. That's not going to happen. If we make six figures, we have every intention on enjoying it. We have zero to no intention on just throwing away on you for free. Yeah.